Click File, Open, go to your removable disk, open the Toolbox, open up the Heal Tool folder, and open up the girl face with WJT logo, and you've got a picture of a girl with a tattoo or some mark on her face. Now find and select the healing tool. It looks like a bandage. And in the tool options area, the first thing I'd like you to change is change the opacity down to about 30. You can click and drag this slider, or you can also click the down arrows, whatever's fastest. What this does is it controls how heavy you're going to apply the heal tool. We don't want the heal tool to be applied too thickly or heavily, because we want the option of going over the area several times. It's kind of like applying makeup. Women put makeup on their face in thin coats. You apply several coats in one area to get a nice even effect. It doesn't look good if you apply makeup in one thick coat, because it doesn't look natural. In the same way, we don't want the opacity to be 100%, because that will apply the heal tool too thickly and it might not look natural. The second thing we have to do is we have to choose a good size of brush. Okay, right now it's 20. I'm going to click and select 50. Okay, you can also drag the slider if it's too slow. And then the third thing you'd like to do is choose the shape of the brush. You can do that by clicking here and choosing any number of shapes here, but I'll just click this one here, which is brush 2 hardness 0.75. Likewise, you can also select from the brushes here. Okay, there's two ways you can choose brushes, either here or here. Okay, now you'll see that with the brush size at 50, this is the size circle that I'm working with. So the heal tool is very similar to the clone tool. You have to press and hold down the control key and then left click in an area that you wish to sample. Okay, so I will hold the control key, left click right here, and then that samples this area. I let go of the control key and I move the heal tool over the area that I wish to correct, and I press the left key once. I'll press it again a second time. I'll press it again a third time, and what do you notice? You notice that each time I press the left mouse key, the heal tool applies the area I've sampled over the tattoo, and it softens it, and if I click enough times, it actually removes that mark. And because we had chosen the opacity to be 30, it doesn't completely cover it. It just removes um, a little bit of it. Let's try and see what happens if we had chosen 100. Okay, so again, I'm going to sample an area here, press Control, left click the mouse, and if it's at 100 opacity and I left click, it applies a very solid patch. But the problem with that is you have less control over it, and it might apply so much of the heal tool that it may not look as natural as if you had chosen something a little bit lower opacity. Okay. The other problem with the heal tool is that you have to be very careful to select and sample areas close to where you're planning to correct. So if I sample here, press Control, left click, and I click here, it's okay. But what would have happened if I clicked here, press Control and sample this area and applied it here. If I apply it, it may not give me a good result. This area was too dark, and by applying it, it might not look as natural as it would have had I sampled closer to that area. You're going to have to practice with this tool. If you're patient, you can get good results, but if you're not patient, or you use settings that aren't appropriate, you might not get as good a result as if you took your time and did it gradually and slowly. Okay, give it a try, and if you do a good job, you'll get a good result. If you don't do a good job, you might get unnatural looking areas like I created here when I had used the opacity at 100%. Okay, good luck.